Yo, YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing good. In this week market focus, we are going to be looking at gold, right? So I'm not going to waste your time. Let's share my screen and see what the charts are telling us. First thing first, I want us to start by looking at the calendar, right? Let's see how the market is going to be today, this week. So I see that only the US dollar is going to be very busy this week. We have CPI, we have also the pound on Thursday, GDP, and then Thursday again, obviously unemployment claims, PPI, and so on. You can find the news obviously on FOREX Factory. That's what I also use. And yeah, but let's go to the chart and break things down for you, right? Let's break things down for you. Let's make the screen bigger. And then I always like to start with the DXY, right? Obviously, guys, you know what the DXY does, right? Obviously, it's the dollar index. Right. So let's start by weekly just to see how the week closed last week, right? So that we can be able to work with data that's recent and also get, because what I like to do when I break down my charts is I like to start from the higher time frame, break it down to lower time frame, so that at least I understand and see where the overall momentum is going to be pushing to and going to, right? So at this point, I see that we didn't break this low that we created, and obviously we break the pre last week, broke the previous week slow, right? But the way we closed the week here on the DXY is very interesting, because while we close with a very um bullish strong momentum that's coming back into the market, we're currently rejecting, and also the other previous week we didn't have that strong push to the downside as much as the chart try to push to the downside. From here you can see here, yes, right, just created a week and then we also push back up, and then we did drop down again, right? So let's see what daily has for us. This for me is very interesting how we closed last week. It's very interesting, just shows that the bullish momentum is coming back into the market, but it's too early to say that until we break down everything, right? Let's first see, let's go to daily. So daily, okay, let's get daily. Let's do this. So looking at daily, the market was dropping, right, for the past like 2 weeks or so, right? So we have this area here. We have a new high that we created on Thursday, and then the market drop, came back, created this low, we have a new lower high, and then created a new low, and then we currently close on Friday around here, which means that the market respected the previous low that it created before it created this new low, right? Before the market created this new low here, it was coming from this lower high. Just want to quickly bring this in front of us so that we can see, right? So the market respected this low here, sorry, right? And we have this low here. So now today, which is Friday, we close there. So what am I expecting here when the market opens, right? If we do break above this area here, I can start looking for the market to continue pushing up, right? But obviously I will have to see if we are gonna break this area here or if this area is gonna hold, because the way we close here on daily, as much as we did have this bullish momentum, you can see that the market started rejecting when it got there, right? So let's go to 4 hour just to see what was happening on 4 hour. So on 4 hour, when we pushed and got them in this area here, we have these slightly rejections that were happening before the market close, right? So which is like the whole day the market was sitting here. This happened around, I think, New York session. Let me quickly open my session tabs. So this happened around in New York session, right? No, a London session going to New York, and then the market was just sitting here in one place, right? Let me just see if that's not NFP, not daily, 1 hour. Yeah, this was NFP. This was NFP, right? That pushed the market. Yeah, this was New York Open that pushed the price up here, and then price has just been sitting in one area. So based on what I'm seeing and based on how daily a weekly close with that bullish momentum that was coming in, which is this one here, right? With this push going up, right? Looking at structure, normally you will see that we had these highs, we have these new lows, and the market came, created a new higher low. We failed to break this low, and then we started pushing up, obviously. And then we have this new higher high. We broke these previous lows, and then we have a new higher low, respecting the previous lows. And then we did what? And then we push up, creating a new higher high, right? Based on just this movement on this side, what we can expect now is obviously maybe expect price to come back to this demand zone before we push back up, right? Maybe to come here and then continue push up. And then if we do break here, then obviously it's going to be continuous buys on the dollar, right? This is going to show the strength on the dollar, right? But, you know, let's see what gold has for us and see if this does confirm with what we're seeing on DXY, does confirm with gold, right? Let's go to gold. And obviously the same thing that we're going to be doing on gold is, let me just switch off my session indicator and then start on what? Start on weekly. It's nicely and raining outside in Cape Town. If you're hearing the noise, just know that it's the rain, right? So I'm kind of recording this at 2 a.m. on Sunday, South African time, right? So just comment below, let me guys where you watching this from and how's the weather there. Is it cold? Is it summer? I know in South Africa it's winter, and obviously in the US it's summer, you know. And yeah, so looking at gold, right? Gold has been interesting for the past, I think, 2 months or so. Let me just go to monthly just to show you guys what has been happening. It's always good to see the higher time frames because it gives you the bigger picture and the overall thing, so that when you get to lower time frames, a day trader or a scalper, you get to understand why sometimes you're not getting those big moves or those big volatility like you normally do, right? So yeah, and then we are seeing that on monthly, we have how May closed. It's very interesting. Let's just work with May. How May closed is very interesting. We didn't break April's high lows and we didn't break April's low. We just stayed in between, right? Which it tells us why we can't talk about June as of yet because we're still like in the first week of June, right? We're still in the first week of June. This is April. This is May. So we can't talk about the first week of June. So this just tells us, this is weekly, by the way, right? This is tell us why the market is just, gold has been sitting in one area and not going anywhere, right? And obviously with everything that's happening in the world, and and also Trump has settled in the office. So everyone is just settled, just watching what's going to be next. So the next 6 months is going to be very interesting. So looking at weekly, we have a nice bearish pressure that is coming in the market, right? So the market did open, right, on Monday and tried to push back up, but then the sellers momentum just came back and be like, we're not ready to continue to break this high at the moment, right? Let's just try to push down. Obviously, just me just saying. And yeah, so now let's see, because I love this bearish momentum that's coming in here, because if we are going to be continuing selling, then our target is going to be going to $3,100. That's what I'm going to be looking at, right? This way I'm going to be looking at $3,100, because for me, this is a sign of a range in overall, right? This is a sign of a range in the overall. But let's drill this down. Let's go to daily. Let's go to daily. So daily, let's break it down daily quickly. So daily have these lows here, right? We broke these highs, okay, higher low, and then we can create a new low, a new high, right? We have these lows, and then the market break and create a new low, right? And then we have a lower high, and then the market came and then didn't break these lows, respected these lows, and then we did what? Sorry, let's delete this. And then the market continue pushing up, and then we break these highs, right? and then we came and then respected this previous low, and then we created new lows, and then we just sit in one area until the market broke these highs on Thursday, and then obviously on Friday it came back and break these areas here. And the way we close here is so bearish that it tells us that the market is going to be continuing dropping, but we can't confirm that as of yet. What we need to do is when the market open, we want to see if is it going to respect this area here, right? Because for me, I will also be looking for sales only if we do break this area, and then we're gonna start looking for sales, right? If it, sorry, if it does that, if it does break, which is gonna be roughly 3,280. If it does break there, then obviously I am gonna be looking for sales pushing it down to 3,100, you know. And but yeah, let's continue breaking it down. And please guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, click on the link below, comment, click on the link below, comment below and let me know what you guys think, right? And let's quickly do this. Hmm. If you're wondering which broker I'm trading with now, I am trading with FSGT. If you want to try them out, you can check the link below, and check out how their spreads are, and if it's something that you guys can work with. So, okay, we have this high, new low, highs, lows, broke these lows, these highs, and then new lows respected here, break these highs, new highs, came back, broke these lows, new low, breaking these lows as well, and then came back and then created a new lower high, obviously respecting what? Our supply zone, and then the market pushed down. So basically, if you can just look at this is what happened here. This is what the market did here. So for me, let's do this. Right. So now what I can expect now from the market to do is, since we have these lows here, new lows, after breaking these lows, I can expect price to come back, right? Maybe around this supply zone, which is gonna be giving me an opportunity to continue selling gold, right? But at the moment, looking at daily, I'm gonna wait for prices to break here. But as a day trader, if an opportunity does come around here and present itself, I'm not just gonna let it go, right? Because obviously we already broke these lows here and we're creating new low. So if you come and creating new lower high and this supply zone and then does confirm with me, I am gonna sell this. Right, I am gonna sell this market. Why? Also based on the weekly, on the bearish momentum that was coming in the market, and daily, the way it closed, and obviously 4 hour confirming that we have a new low. We just we have a new lower low. We just need a new lower high, right? And then let's see what the Fibonacci retracement will tell us, right? It also tells us the same thing, that if price does come around our 61.8%, or sniper entry at 78.6, and then we are going to be targeting obviously 1 to 1 at 0%, or around this area. As I mentioned, that we are going to be pushing down, right? And then if we don't break $3,280 per ounce, that means we are gonna be going out. So our first target is gonna be here, second target is gonna be here. If the market does come and reject around this area, when the market gets here, it needs to give us confirmation and signs that we are gonna be dropping. And please, this is not a signal. This is not a signal. This is not financial advice. This is just me sharing my opinion on what I'm seeing on gold, right? So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. Comment below and let me know what you think about gold and where you see gold going. Let's have a conversation below, and if you are looking to kind of like learn how to trade the way I do, if you like my trading style, the link is going to be below. Catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.